fucking repairing those. Fucking ain't using them no more. Well, I only use the Geo when I'm gonna farm, and it's not much more anyways. And the power up of the power up is only good for farming. How fucking far does that thing go? Jesus. Yeah, those charms aren't worth it. The repairs are almost like buying almost a whole fucking charm again. Fuck that. I ain't doing it. That would suck though if that affects you being able to buy the notches, because you have to have a certain amount of charms. So I don't know if they're broken, if she's gonna be like, well, you've got broken charms, so those don't count. How fucking far does this thing go? Jesus Christ. So ridiculous. Piss the fuck off. I guess we could try that charge attack on him. I don't know. Well, yeah, because we can move while we're charging. It doesn't seem to impede our movement. One second, I'm gonna check something here. wanted to see if there was a mod. I don't want to be... The farming in the beginning was okay. Now it's kind of the point where I'm kind of done. We'll do this last, but no more farming. I don't have the time for this bullshit. Spent like the first hour of the stream just trying to farm to get shit, and now we gotta farm again. Too much farming. That's one thing I will commend From Software for. They designed their games to where you don't hardly have to do any farming. I don't think I've ever had to do. I think the only thing I ever really farmed, like for a long period of time, was Titan slabs from Dark Souls 1. And that was something that I didn't have to do it. I was just kind of doing an experimentation. But pretty much anything that you need will just drop. You know, you don't really have to farm. Because generally, as you're playing the game, you're going to be getting plenty of souls or whatever it is you need to, you know, play the game. Because the way this game is designed, when you die, there's such a long way back that you have to run to get back. And if you're in a pretty tough area, you may not retrieve your body to get your geo back. Now, I've lost souls in the Souls games before, but it's usually because either I don't care because I don't need it, or because I forgot, and again, I don't care, I don't need it. Even on my first playthrough, I didn't have problems with souls. I think, actually, I did farm a little bit in my first playthrough, but it was my first time playing any Souls game. And I think it was right before you go to Lost Izalith, there's those Kappa demons. And yeah, I farmed those, I think, for maybe an hour. But the Titan slabs, that was like I think it was like my second or third playthrough, and I was doing a test to, you know, because there's certain areas of the game that drop certain items, and I wanted to know like where they could be farmed, because the game, I can't remember if it's, I think if you do the quests, I think the most you can get is 5. Like I think 2 or 3 from quests, and the others are from like drops from like bosses. But there's these wraiths. There's these wraiths that are down where the area where the 4 kings are, and if you equip item find and you farm those guys, you can average 2 an hour. And I did that using the Zweihander. You know, I was pretty buffed. I had good item find. The drop rate is pretty shitty, you know, because you only get like 2 an hour. And sometimes it's less. Sometimes you'll get 1, but then the next hour you'll get 3. So it'll kind of average out. But that's the most farming I ever had to do. First Berserker Kazan, that was real bad, but I won't have to do that again. I got a backup saves that where I won't have to do farming in that game again. I kind of have farming PTSD because I played MMOs for, let's see, from 96 to about 2010. And I even played even a little bit after that because I tried a couple of them after that. So I guess that's about 15 years. It's actually a bit longer than that because I went back for 2 or 3 years and played. So I'd say almost 20 years. And all you do in those fucking games is farm. It's basically a social media platform that has its 70% social media and or 75, and then the rest is gameplay. And you spend pretty much the majority of your time farming. Although I will say there's one type of game that I do enjoy farming, and that would be like a Diablo type of game, an action RPG. Like Diablo 2 is one of my favorites, arguably probably is my favorite. I think what was Last Epoch had some really good things going for it. It just didn't really have the best mechanics, and it didn't have enough end game. Path of Exile 2 had potential, but unfortunately Jonathan, the lead designer, let's just say he probably shouldn't be lead designer. He's trying to reinvent the wheel. God, this guy hits so fucking hard. In short, he's trying to turn an action RPG that is very similar to like a Diablo game into a turn-based game. Once I realized that was his goal, I was like, okay, I'm done with your game. I have no desire to play your game anymore. And you can just look at the numbers. Most people don't want that. Because if they did, you'd be seeing, hundreds of thousands of people playing. And the player base is usually around 100,000 or less. It had a spike when it first launched and back last year, back in December, which was December 2024. That was when it was officially released, Path of Exile 2. And it had a spike because it had a lot of hype behind it, a lot of influencers, Twitch streamers, and all that. And the initial game of what they released did have potential, but the problem is, well, there was a lot of problems. The crafting system was just non-existent. It is a gambling system. The clarity of being able to see in the game just really wasn't there. So oftentimes you would die because you couldn't see things. And then they have this wait, hold on. They have this mechanic that I had never experienced in any game ever, known as on-death effects. And what that is enemies, not just bosses, but enemies, generally elites, when they die, they will leave behind some kind of exploding AoE mechanic. And it's usually it's completely unavoidable. Well, technically there was a guy who made a build that did make it avoidable. And his build, the way it worked was, it was kind of a zoom build. He would hit stuff and then teleport away, and then the enemies would die when he was already like off screen. So whatever on death effect that went off, it went off where the enemy was, and he was in safety because he was already off screen. But it was kind of a broken build. They ended up patching it out. But if you were playing normal, it was an unavoidable death. You would just die. And you could argue, well, you could just stack health. People tried that, and some people were able to avoid it by just eating, because you just have to eat it. But eventually it would end up stacking up and you would die anyways. And they purposely put this mechanic in because they wanted to slow the combat down. It was their way of like trying to force players to slow down. And in all honesty, it doesn't matter. You can play slow, you're still going to die by this mechanic. And then they claimed that they removed it, and they didn't. And I proved it because I made a video. It's on my website or on my YouTube. It's them actually, even from Jonathan, narrating, saying, yeah, we removed these on death effects or whatever. And then and while he's saying it, I'm showing video that he lied, and it's still in the game. And I don't trust developers that lie, so I'm not going to play their game. Okay, so we're going to get the key. Yeah, Jonathan can fuck off. That guy is a big piece of shit. Now, if they replace him with somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, because that's not the only problem, then yeah, I could see myself maybe returning to the game. All right, so we're gonna keep Steady Body, Soul Catcher, Shaman Stone. Well, let's go see what's if this key even works over here. Okay. Okay, it does work.
Really? Ci sono partner.
Right. Okay, so you can come to him, and I guess if you die, well, let's test it. Let's see what he does. I'm guessing he replenishes your soul, you get your geo back, and then he takes a cut. Let's test it and see what happens. I don't want to go too far. Okay. It's a real shame too, because I think Path of Exile 2, with the right captain, leading the dev team, that game could be really good. But Jonathan is a fucking idiot. Okay, let's see.
Oh boy, Koya.
Oh, so that's what the egg is for. Okay. Okay.
Alright, darling.
Okay. So, because we bought that egg earlier. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, so I guess if we were to get like in a really tight spot where we lose our geo, like maybe we have a bunch, we can come to him, feed him that, and he'll get us our geo back. All right, at least we know. Only thing is, I'm wondering if we were to use it, would this guy, is it like a one and done? Let me look that up real quick. Rancid egg. Okay. Rancid egg is a trade item with two primary uses. You can give it to Confessor Gigi in Dirtmouth to summon your lost shade to her location, allowing for easier recovery of your geo and shade cloak. Or you can sell it to Steel Soul Jin in Steel Soul mode for geo. You can find rancid eggs by purchasing them from Sly, receiving them from Tuck in the Royal Waterways, and while wearing the Defender's Crest charm, or finding them in locations like Royal Waterways and the City of Tears. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that would be pretty helpful. All right, let's go get our geo that we left behind where we're just doing this test. And now I'm going to take a bio break. Okay, I'm gonna go take a bio break. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. And let's see. All right. Where do we want to go? This area, if I remember right, is like all thorns, so there's no getting through that. This area if I remember right, requires like a lot of like pogo jumping. Yeah, so I don't know if we're quite ready for that. There was this and this, although that we might be able to dig into the ground because now we've got that downward dash. I don't know if that will do anything. We can go check it real quick. It's not too far. I know one thing, this area I feel is way above my pay grade currently. Because even just getting down there, like it's pretty much a boss fight, and the closest save is over here. So you got to go through all of this to get down there. And there's a lot of like getting down there with full health. Good luck. And then this, let's see, this is blocked. Anything with the red orb is also blocked. I don't think, hold on. Yeah, we do have we can go ahead and put, we don't have enough red orbs. I don't know why they only give you like a few. Oh, I think this, yeah, we can't get through that either. Technically, there's an area over here that we could try to get through. I just didn't want to do it because I had all that geo, but now that we don't really have much geo, I don't mind, you know, dying, you know, if we lose. And of course, we could always go back up to King's Pass. Let's go check this dirt over here. Oh shit, what are we wearing? Hold on. I guess we'll go with that. Let me check something real quick. Okay, so once we get 18 charms, so we've got 6, 12. Okay. So we need 2 more? Is that right? Yeah. And then we'll need 900 geo. All right, so we need 2 more charms. That is provided that she's not going to say, well, those are broken, so those don't count. If that's the case, I will repair them and I just won't use them anymore. They're not worth it. I think we need to go down here.
Sono autismala.
Oh, we don't have it equipped. I was like, maybe we could, one second.
Ba, didn't know. Yagi?
happens, you know what? I had not tried to do this, but what happens if you were to get to the main menu? Do you start where you were, or does it put you back at the previous save point? Oh, yeah. That would be very, man, okay. That saves so much time right there. So if you go somewhere you don't want to be and you're not near a fucking bench and you don't care about losing, I guess, whatever you have, like your geo, just fucking exit out. Hell yeah. I should have thought of that sooner. Okay. I don't feel I can do the Mantis area right now with what I have. Queen Station, we could do that, up where the jellyfish are. I think we could probably explore that more now. Queen Station. Yeah, because we really haven't found the map. We just kind of slid through there. I want to do a test real quick. I want to kill something and see, and then exit out and see if you lose your geo that you end up getting. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Let's kill this jellyfish. Maybe that'll... Need something that's going to give us geo.
Destio, geo.
Oh, right. This is the bank.
Geo, kalala.
I think it would be faster. These aren't dropping geo. Okay, we're at 84. Oh, sweet. Dude, that is so, oh my God, that's going to save so much time. Okay. So you not only, so the whole time when we were like having to backtrack because we could have just exited, it ports us back and we keep our geo. Man, talk about things I wish I'd have known at the beginning of the game. That is, if I was making a tips video, that would be number one. When you exit the game, you will keep all your geo and it'll port you back. So you don't have to fucking walk all the way the fuck back. I think this is where it came from. Visual clarity, please. Okay. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, I think we're done in there. Fuck! Motherfucker! Ah, that's right, we can't get in. Wait, could we... Okay, I was hoping we could break it with that jellyfish. Sounds like he's coming from above us. Yeah. Yeah, because when I move my camera up, it's getting louder. Okay, so this is Fog Canyon. Well, let's hit that save point there. I don't think we've been. I don't know if we've ever been over here. Awesome. Okay. All right. Now if we paint ourselves into a corner, we can just log. Oh. I thought this was acid down here. Oh, we can use that spell to kill those fucking things. Okay. I want to try it. Can't even fucking get there, man. How the fuck are you supposed to... Tap B. Can you not do it when you're jumping? Whoa. I don't think you can use that spell when you're in the air. Like, if you're pressing up and press B, you can cast it, but it doesn't seem to let you do it while you're in the air. You just let me fucking do it. Now you won't let me fucking jump up there? Okay, so we've already been in here. I think, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to end the stream, and I'm going to go get something to eat. Then I'm still feeling up to it. I'll come back and we'll continue to play. Yeah. So I got to go to the grocery store. If I can do it tonight, then I don't have to go tomorrow. For anybody watching, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to try to come back tonight and do a little bit more gameplay. But for anybody watching, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream.